Hi Libra, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. If you like the video or if you want to get a head start on liking the video because you already think you're going to like it, go ahead and please like it. Comment if it resonates. And before I get too far into it, let's see how many skips we need to do to get to where we need to be in your playlist. So, 6. The song Undertow by Sara Bareilles. Okay, so this reading is called Morse code, and Morse code is all about an alternative way of communicating. And Morse code was invented by an artist, actually. His name was Samuel F.B. Morse, and he had been commissioned to do a painting in Washington, D.C. He received a letter via super snail mail, because remember everything was on horseback back then, that his wife was gravely ill. And so he immediately left DC and headed back home to Connecticut. By the time he got back to Connecticut on horseback, he had found out that not only was his wife, had she passed, but she was also already buried. So he was so distraught and he wanted to find a new way to communicate so that he could not only utilize the telegraph, which had recently been invented, but he also wanted to improve the state of long-distance communication. With that, an artist created a whole new, essentially, language, a way of communicating. So this reading is going to be encouraging you to create your own language. If you don't know anything about me, you need to understand from the very core of my being, I believe the universe is always communicating. It always has signs, it always has messages, and it's up to you to kind of decipher what you need to do a deeper dive into. So, for example, I follow spirit animals, that's why I talk about them so much. I follow numerologies and number meanings, number vibrations, that all matters. I actually have my own system of numbers. I have my own deck that deals with numerology. If you look behind me, this isn't what I would choose to be my background. This is data, and this is about 1/15 of my data. It's part of a much bigger project. The entire data part is like 1/4 of it. So, there's a lot going on, and it's actually a synchronicity study. That's what I'm doing. I believe in synchronicities. I believe nothing is coincidence. I believe that the universe is always listening. And I want you to be open to that idea. And what I'm going to encourage you to do is create your own language. There's a book called Signs. I wish I could remember the author. I'll put the information in the description box below. But this book changed my life, and I've given it as a gift to some of my closest friends. I've given it to my mom to read, and this book, aside from going to my very first medium experience, I think 8 or 9 years ago, when was it, 2012? Yeah, 8 or 9 years ago, this book has helped me to see the world very, very differently. And that's a lot of why I am the way I am and why I do what I do. So, I believe in signs, I believe in synchronicities, but I believe that it will make more sense and mean more to you once you recognize that you have the ability to create your own language. So I have certain numbers that represent certain family members or certain people who are close to me that have passed. I have signs and symbols that when I see, I know, I'm on the right path. I have certain things that kind of give me a little bit of assurance if I'm having a hard time. I have certain signs. I have asked the universe for all of these things. I have established my own language. And I encourage you to do the same. And yes, it sounds a little out there. It sounds a little spacey, a little crazy experience on the bottom. But once you experience it, you can't deny some of these things. I have a sign for when I'm supposed to go towards something. It's a rainbow. I have a sign for when I'm supposed to stay away from something. It's a pig. Because you never really want to go closer to a pig, and nothing is coincidence. Now, sometimes you can use your best judgment. Sometimes, you kind of know you're only supposed to go so far or so close to something. And that's, again, you got to listen to your intuition, your head, your heart, your chest, your stomach. but I have been following rainbows and avoiding pigs for about 3 years, and my life has been the most beautiful adventure. So if you are feeling dark or lost or stuck or sad, I encourage you, the song 3:30 a.m. by Kevin Walkman is playing. I encourage you to, indecision just fell out. This is also the Two of Pentacles. So this is like kind of juggling. Not being able to figure out if this is what you want to do. If this also is a card, because it's also the Five of Hearts, which is also the Five of Cups. So again, my deck has multiple layers to it. I feel like you may be really skeptical about everything I'm saying right now, and that's totally fine. I totally hear you. A lot of people probably think I'm crazy, and that's fine, because I'd rather be crazy than boring. But Morse code, I learned Morse code a long time ago, and it's a long story, so I'll give you the super Spark Notes version. But pretty much, I was dating someone that I worked with, and we wanted to be able to leave messages for each other that nobody else could read. So we both learned wisdom, and the King of Swords, he's clever. We both learned a way to be able to communicate and leave messages blatantly on each other's desks without other people being able to read them. So the whole point of this is that it's special to you. Whatever language, whatever signs or symbols or numbers you ask for, just like you order from a restaurant, order from the universe what you want. If you again, it sounds crazy. And I'm going to say that a lot, and I don't mean to kind of label it as anything, but it's absurd, and it's out there, and it's perplexing. But again, I can only speak from my experiences, and my experiences, like I said, I'm literally writing a book on this. That I believe so strongly in this. So Libra, if you are having trouble, you're feeling lost, I want you to establish a sign for yourself that you are on the right path, that you are on the right track, that you are in the right place. And it's not going to happen like that. You can't say, I want my sign to be a peacock, and then all of a sudden you just see peacocks everywhere. It may work like that. But what's going to happen after you establish your sign of a peacock? Maybe you're going to be scrolling through your Instagram or something, and you're going to have a thought that maybe I should go read this book, or maybe I should go write a poem, or maybe I should do and then you see a peacock. That is when you go and do whatever you were just thinking about. And again, so signs kind of work important. They matter because what you are thinking about when you see them. This is this is a much bigger, an iceberg thing, because you need to now, if you're going to, kind of that juggling thing, if you are going to commit to this idea and this concept of creating your own language with the universe, I encourage you, because I'm not going to say you have to do anything, you need to do anything, but for you to get actually any benefit from it, you need to start being more aware of what you're thinking, when you're thinking of it, and as you're paying attention to things, when you see whatever it is, if you see a peacock bumper sticker, if you see a peacock feather in someone's hat, if you see a peacock on, it could be anywhere, and I'm telling you, it will be around. Even if you're in a little, if you're in some kind of gift shop or something and you see it, think about, kind of pay attention to what you're thinking about when you see it. This all matters. And by the way, whoever's watching this, I encourage you to go look up whatever a peacock means, spiritual meaning of it, because it may have some other significance. My misanthrope card. This is my negative Ned. So you are probably doubting me with death. You are probably and divine underneath, yes. You're probably doubting this, and that's okay. I'm not for everybody. My ideas, my beliefs, my experiences are mine, and I just share them. And if you want to listen and you want to, if they want to stick to you and you want to try to move them forward, awesome. If you don't believe me, and this is kind of scattered, so I'm sorry, I'm not very good at organizing this thought right now. I'm really excited about it. There's a book called Signs, and I will put it in the description because it's really important. If you don't want to take my word for it, the book Signs is a formalized, compiled, explanation of how to do it, what it is, and then stories of different people's experiences once they establish their universal languages. So if you're done with this and you're like, no, this is crazy, that's fine. It'll happen. Divine, 22 the creator. I encourage you to at least pick one thing. One sign, whatever it is. The song Lucky Man by the Verve is playing. Pick one, just try it. Just give it a week. It could be anything. It could be Pooh Bear, it could be SpongeBob, it could be an animal, it could be a feather. I follow feathers a lot. I have a lot of signs. I look for the meaning in everything. And my entire brain, my entire life right now is like a Charlie web. And I'm okay with it because it's really, really cool when you start to pay attention. So that was a lot, but Destiny. Aww. Destiny is the card I want to show you on the top. Give it a little bit of time. And if you allow the universe to give you these signs, to if there's a song that sticks out to you and you want to hear, if you ask to hear Blue Sky by Allman Brothers and you hear it in the grocery store or something, that's not coincidence. You asked and the universe receives. I really do think of the universe like a restaurant, and it'll serve you what you order. But you have to order it. Everybody's always looking for a sign. They want a sign of something, but the universe can't just talk like a normal human. It has to speak in code. It has to be cryptic. And so after a part of your reading actually is, I heard speaking in tongues, and I guess that's, the word for that is glossolalia? Glossolalia? Speaking in tongues, and it's supposedly to utter words or speech-like sounds, often thought by believers to be languages unknown to the speaker. I want you to create your language. I want only you to know what it is. And then I want you to watch the universe talk to you. And when it happens, please come back and share it. Please come back and share your signs. Whether it's oranges, whether it's an animal, whether it's a feather, whether it's a song, whatever it is, ask for it and you shall receive. And when you hear it, it's not coincidence. And as it happens more and more, and as you start to recognize it more and more, and you pay attention to the thoughts that are aligning while you're seeing these signs and synchronicities, keep expanding your language. The universe will talk to you. And it'll put you on the destiny that you're supposed to be. It'll put you on the path toward the destiny that you're supposed to be arriving at. But this is all meant to help you. This is not meant to hurt you. The song Years in the Making by the Arkells. If you are watching this, free will's on the bottom. The freedom to choose. If you are watching this, it's been years in the making. Whatever you thought about that you want to use as your sign, synchronicity, your language in the universe, ask for it. Because it's been waiting for you to ask. So if you've been looking for a sign, all you have to do is ask, and this is your nudge to do so. It's been years in the making. Somebody has something to say to you. So just be open to listening. I just got chills. Be open to listening or looking. It's looking. You'll see. So whether it's a rainbow, it could be lightning, and it's not just going to be, necessarily in the sky. It could be, somebody's business logo. It could be something in your Instagram feed. It could be, they're everywhere. The signs are everywhere. Fate and cycle. I believe, and this is crazy, I believe that you were fated to watch this. I was supposed to be the push to get you to open your mind to this. This is the start of a whole new cycle for you. By creating a language of the universe, you are putting your faith into something different. And it's going to create a whole new cycle of life for you. Because you're no longer entirely on your own. You now have anybody who has passed, anybody who I believe your spirit team, your team of light, is anybody who wants to see you, who's no longer here, but who wants to see you succeed in this world, who wants to see you do well, who wants to see you happy and loved and caring, or cared for. So if you're in a dark place and you really don't know what else to do, I mean, that's how I turned to this book. That's where I was. Again, you don't turn to tarot cards because everything in your life is going right. But since I started to believe in the bigger things, my life has gotten a lot better, and I am on a much better track. So, I think the hard time is over for you. If you choose to adopt this idea, this mentality, this new way of doing something, if you only want to try it for a week or two, that's fine. But once you see some things, you won't be able to unsee them. And I promise you that you're just going to keep building on it. It's been years in the making. And the song New York City by Mo. The city that never sleeps. The universe never sleeps either. So, ask and you shall receive. Libra, I know this was all over the place. That's how I am. If you have any questions, please feel free to get hold of me. I would absolutely love to discuss this more on a larger scale, or just answer any questions that you have. If you want to talk about my signs or whatever it is, I'm willing to have those conversations. But I truly believe in this. This is absolutely how I have moved forward in my life, how I've been doing everything for the past 3 years. And they're all good changes. So I hope this helps. Initiate the change. Bye, Libra.